Respect due to Parliament and the public. Mandela Day, a call to protect Jamaica's children. And Spanish Town Hospital gets cervical biopsy center. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I am Simone Wolf.
I want to apologize publicly to the people of Jamaica and to the children of Jamaica.
Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller addressing Parliament following a recent disturbance in the lower house which sparked public debate over the behavior of parliamentarians.
If our efforts in this place are meant to drive the development of our people, to place our people on the forward track of upward mobility, then discipline and respect must be the wind beneath those efforts.
The Prime Minister called on parliamentarians to restore decorum and respect to the House's proceedings.
Bringing this chamber into disrepute is not what is to be experienced by our people, and certainly not what is expected or should be contemplated as we approach the 50th year of our status as an independent and proud country within the community of nations.
The Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine got one step closer to becoming a Type A hospital with last Thursday's opening of the Queen Sofia of Spain Women's Center. In delivering the main address, Prime Minister Simpson Miller said the center would empower women and improve their lives.
In addition to treating women who have suffered from various forms of abuse, depression, and anxiety, this center, in establishing colposcopy services, will now provide much needed treatment in the management of cervical cancer, which I think is very important and critical in our country, particularly at this time.
According to the Prime Minister, with help from the Spanish government, the Spanish Town Hospital's capacity was also being improved through collaboration with the University Hospital and the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the University of the West Indies. The partnership, she said, would lead to the clinical training of students in undergraduate and postgraduate disciplines, which would in turn transform the hospital into a first-class multidisciplined institution. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller has urged Jamaicans to use this Wednesday's commemoration of Nelson Mandela International Day to reaffirm their commitment to the safety of the nation's children. At last Wednesday's launch, the Prime Minister called on all facets of the society to partner with the government in serving the youth.
Let us partner with our children's homes and places of safety, summer schools, vacation Bible schools, youth clubs, hospitals, and other institutions serving our children to do something special for them.
Nelson Mandela Day was conceived in 2009 to dedicate a day of charity in honor of his life and work and that of his charity organizations. Jamaica's observation will focus on dedicating 67 minutes in service to children to coincide with Mandela's 67 years of service. Prime Minister Simpson Miller will serve as patron of the observance. Minister with responsibility for information, Senator Sandria Faulkner, on Friday delivered Jamaica's 6th and 7th country reports to the 52nd session of the Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, CEDA, which met at the United Nations last week. CEDA was updated on the progress made by Jamaica in advancing women's rights and gender equality and covered the period 2002 to 2009. Included in Minister Faulkner's report was a raft of legislation geared towards the protection of the rights of women, including the 2011 tabling of the National Policy for Gender Equality. Jamaica signed and ratified the CEDA Convention in 1981 and 1984. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller says Jamaica should once again remember and reflect on the outstanding contribution that persons such as the late Sidney Diamond have made to the growth and development of the nation. Mrs. Simpson Miller made those remarks as she expressed sadness at the passing of Dr. Diamond on July 9. The educator, former member of Parliament and community activist, died at age 94. And on July 10, the Prime Minister welcomed a visit from Ambassador to the U.S., Dr. Stephen Bastiani. Mrs. Simpson wished Ambassador Bastiani a successful tour of duty, adding that she was confident that his leadership in Washington would add to the good name of Jamaica. Discussions during the call included a number of priority concerns that the new ambassador will need to address. Bastiani, the former principal of the Norman Manley Law School, assumes duties this week. And that's it for this week's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Join us next time for the latest out of the office of the Prime Minister.